It took just one decision, and the course of World War II was never the same again. A choice made in a dark war room by a single man would decide the fate of millions. This is the story of how one decision changed WW2 history forever. January 1942, the world was in chaos. Europe was under the shadow of Nazi occupation. The Allies were struggling to respond, and every battle was a gamble with humanity itself. In a small, smoke-filled room, maps sprawled across the table, generals debated strategy. The tension was unbearable. Reports of enemy movements, troop shortages, and supply failures flooded the room. Every option seemed impossible. And then a single command was given, a decision so critical that its consequences would echo through the decades. This order was simple in words, yet catastrophic in reality. Troops were redirected to a front that many believed was already lost. Supplies were diverted from crucial positions. Lives were sacrificed in a gamble that few understood. Historians today still argue over the reasoning, the alternatives, and the moral implications. But at that moment, the war's outcome was forever altered. In the following weeks, the impact was undeniable. Entire battalions were wiped out. Cities fell sooner than anyone had predicted, and the Axis powers gained an advantage that seemed insurmountable. Yet there was another side to this story. That same decision forced other commanders to adapt in ways they had never imagined. New strategies emerged, innovations were born from desperation, and a turning point in the war silently took shape. We rarely think about how much rests on a single choice. The maps, the numbers, the intelligence reports, they all led to this moment. One order, given in confidence, changed the fate of millions. Soldiers' diaries reveal the confusion and fear. Letters from home tell of families torn apart. And yet, some historians argue it was a necessary evil. This one decision defined not just battles, but the very trajectory of World War II. The ripple effects extended far beyond the battlefield. Nations reconsidered alliances, military tactics evolved, and political landscapes shifted. For some, the consequences were immediate and tragic. For others, it sowed the seeds of eventual victory. And the shocking truth is, this moment, this single choice, has been overlooked in most history books. It was too complex, too devastating, too human to be easily summarized. Yet its impact is undeniable. The weight of history pressing down on every word you spoke. A misstep could mean the deaths of thousands or even millions. And yet, in the quiet of that room, with maps and figures surrounding you, a choice was made. Not out of malice, but out of desperation, calculation, and the crushing reality of war. One decision and the world changed. Decades later, historians retracing the steps of World War II marvel at the unpredictability of it all. The Axis momentum that followed, the rapid changes in strategy, the desperate improvisations by commanders, they all trace back to this singular moment. The fate of nations, the lives of ordinary people, even the borders of Europe were shaped by this one command. And this is what makes history so human. It's not just dates and battles, it's decisions, sometimes small, sometimes monumental, that define everything. One decision can turn hope into despair, or despair into victory. It reminds us that history is alive, unpredictable, and shaped by human choices. One command, given in a tense war room, altered the course of the most devastating conflict in human history. So next time we study World War II, remember, it wasn't just battles, tanks, or bombs that determined the outcome. It was people with maps and pens, facing impossible choices. And sometimes one decision can change everything. The story of this decision is not widely told. It's buried in archives, in diaries, in reports that few have read. But its impact is still felt, echoing through history, shaping the way we understand war, strategy, and humanity. This is the power of one decision. The reminder that history is not just inevitable, it is made moment by moment, choice by choice. And so we ask ourselves, could it have been different? Could one decision have prevented tragedy, saved lives, or ended the war sooner? History cannot answer that. But it can remind us how fragile our world is, how much rests on the shoulders of a few, and how a single choice can change everything forever. This is the story of the decision that changed WW2 history forever. Not a battle, not a weapon, but a choice. A choice that reminds us all of the human side of history. The fear, the responsibility, and the unimaginable consequences of one single moment.